Imagine a world where you get to mistreat your boss the way they mistreat you, but times 100. If you can imagine that, then Send Help is a movie for you. Let's talk about it. Send Help is an amazing thriller, and honestly, I was not ready at all for what we got. After all, it is directed by the one and only Sam Raimi, and I thought it was going to be pure horror, but what we got was much better than that. It checks all the boxes for me. It has gore, comedy, disbelief, betrayal, suspense, and yet somehow things are not what they seem to be. The premise is simple. Send Help is a survival thriller where an employee and her insufferable boss become stranded on a deserted island after a plane crash, forcing the two to overcome past issues and try to survive. Where do I even begin with this one? Because honestly, the whole movie was a great experience for me, but what really kept me intact and focused was actually the human connection between Bradley and Linda. They share some true vulnerable moments. I mean, after all, after the plane crash, it was just the two of them. No one else is around them. So now, even though they have some sort of tension, they have to live with each other for some time and try to survive overall. I mean, of course, there was some tension before the actual plane crash because it was clear as day that Linda knew that Bradley was just making her feel that she's in the back burner. But then here in the island, they are just alone. No one else is with them. So Linda's trying to be the better person, trying to help them survive. One of my favorite scenes here is when it's just the two of them talking by the ocean. All you hear is the wind, the waves, and they are talking about something in the past that caused them trauma. And through a simple conversation, they somewhat overcome their past boundaries and become a better person. That to me was really interesting and intriguing to watch. And somehow a line from the conversation, it reminded me of Frankenstein. And Linda says, "Monsters are not born, they are created," or something like that. It has a deep meaning, and it's pretty amazing seeing two people come together despite having differences. But aside from the human connection that for me felt really raw in this movie, the story itself is what keeps you hooked and keeps you thinking what's going to happen next. Because for a quick second, I thought we were going to a certain direction, but then it throws you off and takes you to a whole different direction. And this is what really got me because it throws you off intentionally. You think you're set on one particular character, but then, holy shit, something happens and you think, are they really who they say they are? At one moment, you are rooting for one specific person, but then the next you see, wait, why are you doing this? Why are they acting like this? Like, what the hell are they doing? I thought they were the good guy. And I love that about this. It keeps you toggling back and forth thinking, oh shit, maybe I'm wrong. Who should I root for now? And then this guessing game was really fun to play with because I don't know about you, but for me growing up as a kid, I always thought, why do the bad guys always lose? I want a movie where the bad guy wins. I mean, yeah, we have Infinity War, but in this movie, it was done so well. How it ends and then how you feel about the character, it's just so satisfying, honestly. And despite not being horror, because I thought it was going to be since it is Sam Raimi, it does have some amazing gore, some blood, and it's all over your face. Sam Raimi did a phenomenal job here with the directing. It was all smooth like butter. And compared to Mercy that I saw last week, this movie is 10 times better. It's actually 1,000 times better. If you go see this movie in theater, that plane scene alone is just phenomenal. It's still in the back of my mind because the way it happens, what Linda does to survive, it's just peak. And by the end of the movie, I told myself, damn, I could have caught that from a mile away, but I was so invested with the characters, their dialogue, their actions, the mood, that I said, it's okay, maybe next time I'm going to see it again, I'll catch it, even though I already saw it. And the movie is further elevated by the actual score. And the score here was done by the one and only Danny Elfman. And even though it's by him, I have to be honest, it's very minimal. To a point where all you hear is mainly the conversations between the two individuals, Linda and Bradley. And I actually really love that here. Because thanks to the score being so minimal, all those moments where they're just talking with each other, sharing moments with each other, it felt more emotional, more vulnerable, more raw. It's crazy how having a score in the background to elevate the feeling, it just makes it feel more human. And I believe that's the reason why I really like this movie, because of the lack of score. It does have some amazing score down the line, but in those amazing human moments, it's more effective. Aside from the score, if you are a guy watching this movie, you're going to squeal or squint because there's a crazy ass scene that makes you think, yeah, I don't know about this anymore, but it's fun. I kind of wonder now that if you were to see this movie in 40x or whatever they have it out there, if you're going to feel all the pain, aside from the water, from the wind, but actual pain. If so, I kind of want to experience that just this one time. But aside from some crazy pain, there are a lot of callbacks, at least I think they are. Like for example, there was a callback to Spider-Man. There was a callback to Evil Dead. There was a callback to Wanda from Doctor Strange. And it was all glorious to see. After all, it is Sam Raimi. And then above anything else, the one thing that really struck in my mind that is the proper message for this movie is to never sell yourself short from anyone or anything. You are a strong individual. It doesn't matter how your boss thinks of you. It doesn't matter how your CEO thinks of you. You are one strong person. So basically, if you are at a job where someone is mistreating you, I know it's a check, but try your best to not take any shit from anyone, because there are certain ways to go about a conversation, the right way and the wrong way. But then again, you also have HR. But still, don't ever sell yourself short. Sam Raimi is back, y'all, and I'm so happy for him because this movie just hit it out of the park. I hope he comes back and makes more movies, because if you grew up with him or grew up with the movies, then you know about Spider-Man 1 through 3. I don't care what anyone says. I like all of them, even part 3. I also enjoyed The Evil Dead, Oz the Great and Powerful, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and of course, Drag Me to Hell. So, Sam Raimi, please come back and make another movie. It could be a sequel to something else or another original movie. Just please come back and make more movies. Usually around this point, I will give you what did not work for this movie. And for this one, I have no bad notes at all. It all worked perfectly well. So in conclusion, Send Me Help has heart. It has suspenseful moments. It has gore. It makes you laugh. And its overall message is a complete home run for me. Please do not go in this movie expecting crazy action or expecting it to be a horror movie. This is a simple movie about surviving on an island after a plane crash with your horrible boss. But the way it was executed and explored, it was simply fascinating and effective. Well, this all leads me to my rating for this film. And guess what? For this one, it's a 5 out of 5. This is a true cinematic experience in theater. I recommend buying this in 4K or on VOD when it comes out for your digital collection. Well, thank you for your time today, my cinematic family, and also for sticking it to the end of the video. You are a true cinephile. Please hit the subscribe button and maybe the like button if you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts on Send Help if you've seen it or if you plan on seeing it. I am Chuy, and this is Chuy Cinematic Talk. Take care and I'll see you next time. But let me remind you, once again, don't ever sell yourself short to anyone.